What's up, everybody? This is Simon, and I am with this guy again. I can't get rid of him. Yeah, it's me,
Here
Simon.
stay.
Yeah,
Chad, good one. ConstantCollectible.com.
and welcome to our first episode of Spoil It. And you're going, spoil it? What are we spoiling? Well, as we said last week, we wanted to talk about a little show called Westworld. And oh my gosh, um, I just watched both episode 1 and episode 2 today, and I hate having to wait. I got to watch 2 episodes. I hate having to wait till next week. It's like, no, well, in a couple days, but still, man, I'm a cord cutter. I binge like crazy, but now I gotta wait.
What should be noted too is that if you have not seen this show, stop watching this right now.
Yeah, because we're gonna
Unless
spoil
unless
it.
you want unless you want to hear the spoilers. But if you have not seen this as well, you need to see this.
Mhm.
And I suggest going down to actually I was gonna say go down to Blockbuster Video, but you can't do that anymore.
No, Hollywood
Oh my
Video.
gosh. Yeah. Go online, go on someplace and find the original movie called Westworld.
Oh yes, good idea.
It is an awesome movie. You won't regret it. It's really good, and this is what this series is based off.
Yeah,
They took that movie and they're just doing a series kind of about it.
yeah, because
But
it was a it was a Magnificent Seven spinoff, right?
no,
Well, Yul Brenner's in it. He's wearing the same outfit.
well, Yul Brenner, yes, but
Okay,
shut up.
so let yeah, you have to go see the original, and if you don't, that's all right because I think you will enjoy this show. Like I said, I
Right.
watched the first 2 episodes, and in this show alone, um, just who's attached to it. Now, if everybody doesn't know, Westworld is an HBO production. It is on HBO. They're looking for their next Game of Thrones, their next um, Wire, their next whatever it is, and they've got it already. I'm 2 episodes in, and I'm hooked. I cannot wait. But who is attached to this is awesome because you have Jonathan Nolan, who is Christopher Nolan's brother. He is responsible for, yeah, I know. He is responsible for Persons of Interest, which was on CBS. He's also responsible for, helping with Nolan's other films, like, the Batman trilogy and Inception. But your producer also, holy cow, you've got J.J. Abrams attached to this, and we're getting some quality stuff.
Not only are we getting some quality stuff in regards to set design, cinematography, but look at the cast.
Yes.
The cast is unreal.
Yes.
I mean, you have some heavy hitters. You have some new people
Mm-hmm.
who are very adept to playing these characters with some very well-known actors. I mean, you have Ed Harris, Zoe
Oh,
Saldana.
yeah.
You have what's his face from who played Cyclops.
Cyclops, James Marsden. I think that's
Yes,
how
there
you
we
say
go.
it.
I knew it was James.
Yes.
I couldn't remember his last
I
name.
love that you went with
Um,
Cyclops because I was thinking that all
yes,
day. I'm like, oh, hey, it's Cyclops. What else has he done? I'm like, yeah, he was the husband in Superman Returns, and I couldn't think of
yeah.
anything else. Um, who else? Who else did they have? One of my favorites.
What's that?
One of my favorites is in this.
Okay.
So you got Hopkins, but he's not my favorite. You have a certain
Harris,
individual.
not Hopkins. Oh, Hopkins and Harris. Yes.
Yes. But one of my favorites, and now, of course, now I'm on the spot and I can't think of his name. But yes, I feel like it right now. Shark's gonna be yelling at me. How could you not know his name? I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna go over to IMDb right now because I can't think
Dude,
of it. It's so bad. But he played. He was in the. He played.
this is awesome. This is great.
Yes.
I love it.
But Oh my gosh. It'll hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, Jeffrey Wright. Oh my gosh. Jeffrey Wright. I love this guy as an actor. The stuff that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Laugh it up,
Well,
fuzzball.
you should actually. I don't know if you do, but you should follow him on Twitter.
No, I don't. Do I? Why?
Oh,
Why
you
do
need
I need
to.
to?
Yes, Jeffrey Wright is an amazing Twitter poster.
He's a Twitter
He
poster.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
He's a
but
tweeter.
no, he gets heavily involved in not only current events but politics. It's great. I mean, I love reading his Twitter feed.
Okay.
I
I'm
really
looking
do.
for him right now. I'm gonna add him.
Yeah.
I don't know why I
It's
don't.
easy to find. You can go under my Twitter, under my list of who I follow. I follow Jeffrey Wright, and yeah, he's an amazing guy. And yes, you're correct. He is an amazing actor, um, and he contributes a very large part in this series.
Yes.
Um, yes, he is one of the main programmers. And in case you don't know what the premise of Westworld is, what it is a fictional area that you pay to go to. And we'll just give an example. You board a train. The train goes out to the middle of nowhere, and you have basically an old West world set up where the so-called actors that are out there are not actual people; they're actually cyborgs.
Mhm.
They're programmable, and they you can kill them. You can do all kinds of stuff with them. And so yeah, so this is what it is, and it costs you a
Literally,
lot of money to go there.
you can
Yes,
literally do
um,
anything to them. That
yes,
just blows me away. And they talk about that too. There are several times because of where this story is going. They talk about what people do to these things. So,
right, yeah. So it's very amazing. It's an awesome concept. I thought it was brilliant when the original movie came out. And if I recall correctly, the movie was called West World, but they had multiple worlds
yes, they
that you
did.
could visit.
Yes,
Um,
and they touch on that in the show because they talk about there was somebody of like he was like heavy into like Shakespearean stuff. There was some they talk about how they played different roles. Um
right.
and
Well,
so
especially the main female lead.
yes.
That she is the actual oldest character they have, and she's been reused and reused and reused. And
Yes.
she's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous woman.
Mhm.
She does a great job in her acting. Her part is just absolutely brilliant. Everyone on that show contributes just amazingly, and so it's awesome. And I think Ed Harris's
Oh
role
my gosh.
just keeps getting
Yes.
bigger
And
and more
nastier.
complex. Yeah.
This guy, I mean,
Um,
talk about a badass. Holy
right.
cow. This is, I mean, he's played some bad guys, but this is a really bad guy. I mean, it's crazy about how wicked he is.
Which, in a quick side note, it should be mentioned that I'm not sure if you saw this. In the end of episode one, they did a dedication to an actor.
No, I think I missed
Um,
it.
Maybe it was his first or second episode. I think it was the first episode. You remember the guy who he scalps,
Yes.
the guy who's in the casino.
Yes. Yeah.
That guy passed away.
Oh, did he? He was
Yeah,
like Swiggy or I can't remember his exact name,
yeah. He
but
he
yeah.
played an Indian guy,
Oh,
but
bummer.
yeah, he died. See, and this is what's so funny is that they started filming back in 2014.
Holy cow.
And so he did their first episode, and then 3 weeks later, he passed away
Okay.
here in California.
Okay.
Um, so when they gave that dedication, I kind of went, wait, who's that? So I looked it up real quick and went, oh my god, that guy died.
Yeah.
And so I read the backstory on it, and that yeah, they'd filmed the initial episode back in 2014,
Okay.
and then like 3 or 4 weeks later, he passes away. And it's like, oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's a bummer.
Yeah, so it looks like they do a lot of their filming in Colorado.
Okay.
Um,
I
so
should look into
maybe
that.
someone needs to take a side trip.
Yeah, I should go and have a
Hello.
look. I mean, the cinematography and the locations that they're shooting on for this western feel is awesome. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few sets that they've used that I'm going, okay, I've seen that in this film, I've seen that in that show, whatever it may be. But for the most part, it is very believable.
Yeah.
I believe what I see. It had for the first 2 episodes for me, it had a bit of a fantasy island feel to it. Um,
Yeah.
where here we come to this wonderful place, we can act out what we want to act out, and it was, let's see, because I watched them both back to back today, and I can't remember if it was the first one episode or the second episode, um, where they've been talking about this guy. He's been wanted, he's hiding up in the hills, and then you have this husband and wife show
Yeah.
up, and they go off and, hey, we're going to go and help hunt, and then one of the androids has a glitch. They freak out, they
Right.
leave. This is tapping into some of these other glitches that they're seeing within
Right.
these programs. Why are they glitching? But then later on, here he comes and saves the day and then has this moment. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like Fantasy
Yeah, it all
Island.
started out in episode 1, and it went to episode 2 where he ended up saving
Hmm.
the day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like now you have in episode 2, you're introduced to a new character also. And you're kind of like, okay, is this the way it's going to be? But when you go and look at how many episodes many of these characters have, they're either filmed 9 or 10 episodes, because that's how I think it's a 10 episode
Right.
series. So we're already down 2, and I only get 8 left. Holy cow! I mean, with the very first shot that you get, where you have the android sit, and I want to warn everybody that this is an HBO show, so you know what you get with an HBO show. You do get a lot of nudity, um, but it's when you look at it, when it's all set up, it's not like it's a grotesque nudity, like they're doing it to
Right.
do it, because the way they do it, it's like these are all androids, and you believe that it's not real. But that first shot when it's coming in to her as she's sitting there in the chair, and you have the narration, or the conversation that's being had with
Right.
this, and he's asking questions like, where are you? And she, I'm in a dream, and all this kind of stuff. The fly on her face,
Yeah.
oh my gosh,
That crawls up, keeps
that
coming, crawling up, and then
crawls
finally just
here.
stops. Yeah.
Yes, and then you get it again later on, and you get it, I think you get it like 3 times, and I'm like, "What is up with this fly? What is
Right.
the purpose of that?" But, oh my gosh, that just, like, freaked me out, I was like, "Oh," but I mean,
Yeah, the fly's just crawling on her eyeball, and
mhm,
there's no blinking because
yeah,
she's an android.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she's it's not a real fly because you can't train flies. But sorry. But
Maybe you can.
it was, I mean, as the camera is pulling it, just pushing into her, I felt like I was being pulled into the show, and it had only just started, and I
Right.
could not wait to see what happened next. I love that it seems like almost every day is a reoccurrence of the same day, because it's a script. They tell you they're going off script.
Yeah.
What are they doing? And so by the end of the second episode, the android that was playing the dad for her is being replaced. But then again,
Right.
same thing is happening, but now it's a different android there. You start to see
Right.
all these glitches that are happening, and it's
That's
going
the
to
same
get messy.
script, and the nice thing about it is that they're all given a basic script, and then it's all the influence from the actual real humans
Yes.
that are coming to this, fantasy world, and how they contribute and how the androids react.
Hmm.
And so it's just that basic script that, okay, we go about our day like this, but there are alterations here and there where they're allowed to kind of have some gray area.
Yeah, it's like a
But
choose your
like
own
when the show
adventure.
started, yeah, when the show started, I didn't know that James Marsden was an android at
No,
first.
you had no idea. You thought that
And I was
this
going, wait a
guy,
second, what's going on?
yeah, he's on the train, he's coming in. You learn in the second episode that that's how they get there. On
Yeah.
the train. So but what's beautiful about this show too is that you're getting two different worlds. You're getting the West world and you're getting our world. So you get
Right.
what's happening in the facility, everybody's working there, and the people that are coming in, and then you get the world that they live in, this dream world that they're told what it is. Um, and when it started, I'm like, okay, so this guy's coming in. It's this, and it's not until you find out later in that episode that, oh, wait, he's one of them? Holy cow. I mean, total
Yeah.
twist already. Um, and then you get to meet Ed Harris's character, who, I mean, right off the bat, you're like, well, this guy's badass. And then he is
Well,
ruthless.
I thought what they said about him, actually not only about himself, but how the people who run Westworld said about him too. I mean, he
Hmm.
mentions, to the cast pretty much that, he's been playing this role for 30
30 years.
years. He's been coming to Westworld for 30 years. And then on top of that, um, he's causing havoc in different areas of Westworld, in different towns. And some people are going, "Hey, look, this guy's kind of beating the
Yeah.
androids up a little bit." And the one guy goes, "Oh, that guy? No, he can do whatever he wants."
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
so it's
that
like,
was head of the
holy
security.
crap! What's this guy doing? How much money is he paying to do this? And
Yes.
does he have any influence within the gaming program? So
Yeah, because
it's amazing.
he's on a mission, and his mission is to find this maze. And he
Right.
goes on this rampage. He kills the gentleman who deals the cards, who who had passed away. He
Yeah.
goes off, and then he's now being told that, oh, there's this other guy who can get you there, and then come to find out that guy can't get you there. His daughter can get you there. Gives you another piece of
Yeah.
this puzzle. And when he straight up killed the android's spouse, you're just like, okay, this guy just does not care. You've already seen that
Right.
he raped the one character, because as he drags her off into the shed, and
Yeah.
then, he goes off and does this, and he does this, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I do not want to mess with this guy.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
all
It's
is
it's amazing.
he's after this thing called the maze. And
Right.
so he's done this for so long that he understands that there's something else there, and he calls it a game. That's what it is to him, a
Yeah.
game. you know and I'm like, okay, this is a very dirty and dangerous game. So, but man, it made you want to know more about this guy. Oh
Yeah,
man.
so it's amazing, So for all of you who have not seen it, you got it. You have to. If you don't have HBO, find a way to get it. Do the HBO,
Free month.
app. Do the free month.
Hmm.
Get it, watch it. Um, for those of you who have seen it, tell us what you think.
Please.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably people out there who maybe don't care for it. Yes, it has language. Yes, it has graphic nudity, graphic violence, but I mean, like you said earlier, yes, the graphic nudity, it does show someone standing there naked, but it's not as in terms of it's grotesque.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
not
this is
there to
something
be
basic.
there.
They're working on an android, and so you see it. But I thought what was really cool too is they show roughly how these androids are made,
Are made
and
that.
that's something that we really can't talk about. You have to see this video and how they do it. It's actually
Yeah.
really neat.
Yeah, because they're building those. You see them doing the horses
Yeah,
for the place. Um, there's a lot of talk about the programs, and I love how they tie in, just like any technology. It's like, oh, well, there's an update. That update probably
yeah,
screwed with things. I mean, how many times has your phone been bricked because of an update, or this feature
yeah,
doesn't work, and you're like, oh, I wish I could this, and then they're like, well, we'll just do this. We'll roll it back. No, we won't. That will lose too much money. I mean, it plays out like a corporation, which it is, and but their head designer, whatever you want to call him right now, played by Hopkins, is this, you know, older gentleman who they're going to, try and push out. He's the one that's creating a lot of this stuff, working with
yeah,
Jeffries. I mean, the detail that Jeffrey's character sees in people and in these things is just the slightest thing, and he'll catch it. And so he knows that something else is going on. He's starting to understand it. And I love, in the first episode, where they're talking about one of the androids is acting out, and the security details going down in the elevator to sub basement
Yeah.
83. They're all packing their guns and everything, and they get there, and they start walking through just a ton of these older models just standing there, you know
Yeah, they've been decommissioned.
yeah,
Yeah.
which was creepy in itself.
It was creepy. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Jeffrey's character's like, well, hold on a second. Don't do that unless you basically want to kill the boss. And the boss is down there, Anthony Hopkins' character, sitting and talking to one of the original characters, who was basically kind of like your Wild Bill.
Right.
Because it wasn't that his name or something like that. But I don't know if the actor who played that character did it, or they did something with the camera, but you could you you felt like he was animatronic, because it was
Yeah.
this, but very good at it. And I
Yeah.
can't
I
remember.
think that was the actual actor
He
doing
was
it.
good, and that's the same guy who was the bad guy in the original, in the Crow film. Who ran those bad guys.
Yeah.
That was him. When you hear his voice, you're like, oh, I know who that is. Man, that was
Yeah.
awesome. Very short little period on screen, but
Yeah. Count of
man,
Monte Cristo. He was the jailer.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But man, I mean, that was awesome to see, and the interaction and the conversation, and then talking about how it used to be versus what it is now,
Right.
and you saw the evolution of what they used to be to what they are now. It's just like I was saying, phones. We used to have these big bricks for cell phones, and then we
Yeah.
got to flip phones, and now we've got these basically a computer attached to our head.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't know, 2 episodes, and I can't wait for the next one. And I got to
Yeah.
sit here and
It's
twiddle my
amazing.
thumbs.
I can't wait either. This Sunday is going to be
Yeah,
TV day.
yeah, pretty much. And I dig where they're going, because it is only 10 episodes. They're hitting it heavy with these glitches. It's coming in fast.
Yeah.
One of the glitches I thought was going on, and I didn't realize it was a story, was when they had the guy who was wanted come into that town, and these guys were just shooting everything and everyone.
Yeah.
And you were just like, "Oh my gosh, is this part of the glitch?" But you come to find out it's part of the story, and that the
Yeah. It's a new
husband comes
story.
in, shoots him
Yeah.
in the neck, and and the programmer, the storyteller, got upset because he didn't get to say his speech.
Yeah.
It was
That's
great.
kind of funny.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, you guys got it. You have anyone watching, you have to check it out.
yeah, you have no idea the way this is laid out. It's like you really don't know what's happening or where it's going. The way the second episode ended, with Hopkins in the Westworld itself. Jeffrey's character
Yeah.
followed him after the fact, but first he goes in there, talks to a little boy. Well, as you listen to what he's saying, he built himself. He's having a conversation with himself as a child, and then sees
Yeah.
that church steeple, but it's not a church. It's just this. I don't know what to call it. It's like the spire on top of a church itself, just sitting out there. And when Jeffrey comes and joins him, he goes, "Oh no, they're going to get a story. I've been working on one for a long time." And it's like, "Oh my
Oh
gosh,
yeah.
where are we going?" Because things are already messing up. You've got characters coming out of our world into their world, and their world into our world, and it's awesome. You've got what's her the one who plays the prostitute. She wakes up.
Oh yeah, Zoe Saldana.
Is that who it is, or no? I don't think that's who
No,
it
that's
is.
not Zoe. It's
It's Sandy
I don't know why I
Newton.
said Zoe. Yes, yes, Danny
So
Newton.
yeah, when she ends up waking up from being on the table, being worked on, and the
Yeah,
two guys working on her freak out because they don't think they put her in sleep mode, and they
yeah,
realize that they did put her in sleep mode, and she gets to go and look and see what's going on. In our world, she starts freaking out, which in her program, what we learn is that they have dreams that are memories, that of previous things that they've done, that they turn into nightmares. You have the dad who was decommissioned because he glitched from a
Yeah.
from looking at a photograph that a visitor actually dropped and left there, and it triggered something. I mean, there's so many things going on that this show, I'm just like, okay, where are we going next? Because, like we said, you had no
Yeah.
idea that James Marston was one of them until you found out that if when we go to their world, we can't be shot, we can't be
Yeah.
harmed, but they can.
Right.
Which is that going to change? Probably the way
Yeah.
these glitches are going. Who knows where this is going to go? But holy cow, HBO definitely has found their replacement for Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I agree.
So, I mean, yeah. I mean, as you're watching this, if you haven't seen it, please
Sure.
go see it. I mean, we've talked about some stuff. There's so much going on that you can't talk about everything. And please comment. Let us know what your thoughts, your theories are. Let us know if you're watching this and you're into this as much as we are. We'll do another spoil it next week, talking about this episode. Give us a couple of
Yeah.
days to digest it, and we'll do another one, and we'll do the whole series. I think, and
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it'd be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, and we want to hear what you guys think too. So
yeah, because I'm curious on what your guys' thoughts are. If you've got other ideas of where it might go, um, there's been rumors that we might see another one of the worlds in the next season, but who knows?
right.
I like this Wild West feel.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, but if we can see some of things, and who knows where they're going to go. I think what they said that they are going to run this for, they wanted to do 4 to 6 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
um so there's a lot to be said about this show. I hope it keeps on this train of getting better and better each episode. um
Yeah, and we'll try and dig some more during this week too. See what else
mhm.
we can find out. So
Yep, exactly. So, this has been Spoil It, and we'll do it again next week. But let us know what you guys think. So I'm Simon. You can find me under everything constant collectible, and this guy over here. Yep,
Chad, good one. You can find me on Twitter at Chad Griffin 12, Instagram with DJ Kilt, and of course over at constantcollectible.com.
right on. So that's been Spoil It, episode 1. Even though we talked about 2 episodes, that's our first episode. We'll do episode 2 for next week after we see episode 3. Oh my gosh, all these episodes
Right.
of Westworld. Go see it if you haven't. You guys have a good one, and we look forward to seeing you again. Bye.
Take care.